I think that the world right now is watching every move I make with the most critical eye. And I think something that I'm really grateful for is I don't get Hey everybody, I am Jojo Siwa, and today I'm going to be looking back at some of the moments that have shaped my career and my identity. This is Becoming Jojo Siwa. She's just so tiny. What I love so much about watching clips from AUDC is genuinely how young and tiny I was. I mean, 9 years old, my first TV show, I was a peanut. It makes me emotional. You don't even know what you got yourself into there. Now you're stuck, kid. It's interesting because I didn't really realize that I didn't have a normal childhood until my childhood was over, if that makes sense. Because to me, it was my normal, and kids are so naive. You don't really know what's happening. And I think at the very end of my childhood, so 16, 17, I was like, wait a second. This is what high school was like for you? What? That's not what high school was like for me. I feel like it really shaped me to be who I am. I don't wish it was any different. I realized that there was stuff that I missed out on, or stuff that I didn't get to do, or stuff that was different for me, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Nowadays, I think it's definitely evolved over the last 11 years, where I just saw this clip on my way over here of this little boy. He's 4 years old, and he was like, I'm marrying my best friend one day. The person in the video was like, oh, who are you marrying? And the little boy was like, my friend Jack. He's really cool. And I was like, for a 4-year-old to be able to say that now, it was a 4-year-old little boy saying that he was going to marry a 4-year-old little boy. It was precious, because obviously they're not thinking of all the things that come with it, but it was okay for him to just think he's marrying another boy. Whereas at this point in time, when I was 9, it was like, what boy do you have a crush on? Not, oh, who do you have a crush on? You know what I mean? So I think if it would have been more normalized, I definitely would have been a little gay rat at 9 years old, but it wasn't normalized yet. So I'm still very straight at this time.
She deserves to be on the pyramid. She was in the group dance.
She deserves nothing.
Oh yeah, I love this clip. It's weird because I feel like people see dance moms, right? And they're like, oh, Abby's such a mean dance teacher. Abby's just a realistic dance teacher. She is representation of a lot of dance teachers in the world. It's the competitive dance world especially is not the healthiest environment. And I always say you're either a good dancer or you're healthy. You can't be both. That's sad. It shouldn't be like that. And there's a lot of teachers that aren't like that. But growing up, I mean, Abby was, believe it or not my toughest, hardest dance teacher. I mean, I came into Dance Moms as a massive fan. And so being a fan of Abby, I knew what I was getting myself into. And I was like, please yell at me. I kind of liked it. Even to this day, I'll have my mom watch a performance. I'll be like, did you like it? And she'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, okay, now tell me what was wrong with it. And I thrive off of criticism, off of hard push. That's how I can become my best, is by brutal honesty.
I'ma come back like a boomerang.
If only we knew what Boomerang was gonna do for my career. Boomerang is such a power anthem in not a cheesy way. That was the original goal with the song, was to make a song that was inspiring, that was powerful, that was anti-bullying, but not cheesy and not annoying, you know what I mean? And some may say Boomerang is cheesy and annoying. I wouldn't say that, and if somebody does, well, then maybe they need a different type of powerful song. But it's cool to me that Boomerang is still as successful as it was when it came out, if not more successful. I mean, the fact that it grows so much a day, it's truly that haters gonna hate. They can keep talking that talk, but I'm gonna keep walking my walk. Honestly, I found out that Boomerang hit 1 billion views. I checked it all the time for the last few months because it's always been getting close. And I was like, if it just spikes one day, it could hit it. All of a sudden, one day I wake up from a text to my dad. I wake up to a text from my dad. Congrats on 1 billion views. I was like, oh, it must have hit it. My dad fully gave me the spoiler. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hi, you look so cute. Little Miss Westy. I found out that North was a fan back in the day because Kim had tweeted something. I saw it in rehearsals. I was 14 or 15 at the time. I just shot my shot with Kim, and I was like, if North ever wanted to do a video, I used to do this thing where I would babysit kids on YouTube. And so I would babysit Everly or babysit Taman Oakley or Mini Jake Paul or Mini Jojo Siwa, Titus and Riot. And I was like, it takes an hour. It's a lot of fun. I'll make sure North has the best day ever. And Kim was like, oh my God, we would love that. Can we film it for my show? And I was like, your show, Keeping Up with Kardashians? Sure, I guess. We'll see if I can make that work. We'll see if I can swing it. And yeah, then it turned out to be one of the greatest days of my life. I remember they came over, paparazzi followed them over. It was nuts. They came in, we did our thing, they left. And when they left, me and my camera guy just like looked at each other and we were like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what? I live for this. Fabulous! I will never forget after we did that and North sprinkled it everywhere. We cut the cameras. Kim Kardashian, North's mom, was like, where's your broom? I'll sweep this up. I was like, absolutely not, Cinderella. You will not sweep my floor, Kim Kardashian. Get out of here. I'll do it when you leave. So honestly, I posted the best gay cousin shirt before I posted it publicly, but I put it on my close friends story. Because honestly, for me, that was kind of the easiest way to come out to people. I didn't want people to ask me if I had a crush on a boy ever again. So I was like, people need to know. So I just chucked it on my close friends story so I could come out to my friends. There was a lot of speculation at this point in time in the world of, is JoJo gay? Is JoJo straight? Is JoJo gay? Is JoJo straight? And then I was on the phone with my girlfriend, 2 a.m. and I was like, babe, I think I want to put this on my public page. And she was like, okay, do it. I did it. I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning and was like, whoa. I don't think I really realized what I was doing, if that makes sense. I look back now and I'm only 3 years older, 4 years older, and I look back and I'm like, whoa, you were, number one, a baby, but number two, for a 17-year-old to know that and do that and be brave enough to do that blows my mind now. Whereas at the time, I was just like, yeah, this is who I am, post, share. I'm happy. If you care, that's your fault, not mine. Being so naive to the negativity that came with it was honestly such a blessing in disguise. I think a lot of times it's confused sexuality and sex life. That's why it's mistaken that little kids can't be gay, because you're thinking the wrong things. You know, you're not at this point in time, you know, I'm 17, I'm thinking, oh man, my girlfriend's so pretty. I can't wait to hold her hand today. Like, that's what we were thinking. You know, you're thinking innocent things. I think that's something that's so sweet, and that I got to come out at that age in that persona, and people actually got to look at me and not see an adult who's been waiting their whole life to bang a girl. They got to see a kid come out, be proud, be happy, be open about thinking girls are awesome, and move on with life. Honestly, right after I came out, getting the ask to be a part of Dancing with the Stars was massive. Getting to be the first same-sex couple, I don't think I at the time necessarily realized what that was gonna do for the world or the impact that that was gonna have, but it truly was. It was one of the first times that the world as a whole actually really appreciated me on social media, I guess is a good way to put it. I mean, the world shits on me daily on social media, but with Dancing with the Stars, it was kind of a flip. People were tuning in weekly to see what Jenna and I were gonna do. The representation that had, at the time I didn't realize what it was, but now I'm like, wow, that's massive. I loved the Argentine tango because it was very intimate, but not as dramatic as like the rumba was, but it wasn't as just like frivolous as the cha-cha was. You had to be dialed in, you had to be controlled, and Jenna and I had to make sure we had that believable chemistry. And we did. Jenna did not let me slack at all that week. She was like, this is our redemption dance. We are redeeming ourselves. We don't really have to redeem ourselves because our Argentine tango before was great, but that dance, honestly is my favorite from the season.
Karma's a bitch. I should've known better.
I love Karma so much, but it's so bad compared to my new stuff. I hate now that I shade Karma so much, but looking back and comparing it to Guilty Pleasure, comparing it to Choose Your Fighter, it's not even on the same playing field. We knew back in the day that visually, people liked my bows, people liked my crazy outfits, people liked when I danced, they liked when I performed, they liked my music videos, they liked my stories, they liked that. And so we didn't know if that was gonna translate into an adult world. But then if you look at what was successful about Karma, it was the dance from the music video, the makeup and costume from the music video. I mean, even like the me coming out of the water in the music video, like those moments from the music video are what hit. And so it was really tried and true to me that like, no, I really am visual and people really do crave visuals from me as an entertainer, as an artist. And so here I am to keep providing them. So Jake Paul back in the day used to do this thing and he taught me this. He would run with whatever was working. And that's with Karma, you know, what was working. All of a sudden the teasers were working. So I was like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to keep teasing, right? Oh, me being a lunatic is working. I'm going to keep being a lunatic, but be even crazier. Oh, the makeup's working. Let's do more with the makeup. Oh, the dance is working. Let's do the dance more. And so for me, it was really important to kind of follow what was working, but then also not let the world decide what worked at the same time, making sure that I'm giving the world what I want them to want, if that makes sense. It's less about, you know, having a hit song, but more about having a hit career, giving people something to look at, turn their head at. I know, considering I only got basically one vocal cord instead of two, that I don't have the vocal chops to just be able to stand there and sing, but I know that I can put on a show and entertain and do a little bit more.
I'm your guilty pleasure.
We did the damn thing. Oh, this new EP, get ready. There is so many whack visions that I had to fight to make come to life, but I made them happen and I am so happy. I think that the world right now is watching every move I make with the most critical eye. And I think something that I'm really grateful for is I don't give a fuck. I'm like, okay, do it. I'm still gonna keep pushing. Honestly, I didn't know if it was gonna be possible because I loved Karma so much. I was like, what am I gonna do now? And now I'm like, well, Karma, you were fun while you lasted. Guilty pleasure, you're my baby now. This outfit is my baby now. I mean, I've never been so happy to be so filthy dirty. Something that was fun for me on set of Guilty Pleasure was obviously I danced with girls now. That's who I like, that's what I like, and so that's very comfortable for me. But in Guilty Pleasure, I was like, you know what? No, I wanna be straight for a moment here. And what's so funny is when we were filming, getting to partner with the boy, his name is Diego, versus the girl, Madison, for some reason, me and Diego, it was so fascinating to watch us dance together. Me and Madison have great chemistry. Me and Diego have great chemistry. But watching me with a boy for the first time, and I think that's what it was, is like for a boy for the first time, we were like, that oddly looks really flattering. That's very strange. And we also got to see me in the girl's position for the first time, because normally if I'm partnering with a girl, I am the boy in the position. So it's chaotic, but it is so fun. There's a song called Choose Your Fighter, right? And so there's a lyric in there. It's actually an ad-lib, and it says, some of my exes are no one, some of my exes have fame. And then there's an ad-lib that says, you're welcome. And it's a little whisper of you're welcome. And that is my kryptonite. Also, another song on the EP called Balance Baby. It goes, I like twirling in the ballroom, twerking in the bedroom. Something about that lyric fulfills all my dreams, because it's true. Thank you so much, them. That was Becoming Jojo Siwa.